It is time to be happy. Good day to you, our dear Lightworkers, our wonderful starseeds. As always, we are very pleased to connect with you. We are now in February of 2022, and the timeline of ascension is moving on. The precession of the equinox, the long-predicted revelation of humanity in this current timeline, is proceeding as the divine, as all that is, planned. The 36-year ascension process for humanity from deep and dark third-dimensional entrainment into the fifth-dimensional enlightenment and illumination of love is moving to completion. 2012 was the midpoint. By 2030, the process will be completed. We are in wonderful, magical times on planet Earth today. The matrix, the control system of the powers that be, is crumbling, is falling apart. And in the background, as yet invisible to most, a whole new and magical world of love and light is in the process of creation. You wonderful souls, who are sparks of God, individual and unique aspects of spirit, came to Earth to experience the darkness of the material realm. You came on a hero's journey to walk through the darkness, the deviousness of the devil. The devil that exists on Earth is the personification of evil. Evil is profound immorality, extreme wickedness, and a disregard and contempt for justice, truth, and righteousness. Evil replaces honor and virtue with depravity and criminality, causing ruin, injury, and pain. And my goodness, did your souls in human bodies suffer? Indeed they did, for the earth was hijacked. Mankind's behavior is eminently programmable with the repetition of magical words, images, and sounds. The Dark Ones, who played the part of the devil, knew this, and over centuries of time corrupted the systems of the world. Humanity was enslaved into believing he was sinful and unable to take care of himself. He was programmed to live in fear. Bad was made out to be good, and good was made out to be bad. The heavy, the wicked, the hurtful were emphasized in all sections of society, in education, politics, religion, in the medical system. Humanity was taught that God was a punishing God, that mankind was here on earth to suffer, that happiness only came after death if you were good. It was a catch-22 situation. An unavoidable dilemma for eternal damnation seemed inevitable, since sin was inevitable. Guilt and shame took over the human world, and mankind suffered. Mankind suffered deeply. He was taught to value what was valueless. He was taught to value material things, to lust after sex, food, drugs, wealth. He was taught to not care for the feelings of those around him. He was taught to disregard the moral compass that the feelings within him generated. He was taught that unhappiness and discontent was his natural way of being, to join with his brethren in their mutual misery, to speak words of illness, to expect devastation and disaster. And since our words create our reality, indeed, he fell more and more deeply into darkness. And so he suffered. He suffered deeply. Yet nothing wrong ever happened. For to grow ourselves into greater and grander, wise and discerning souls, it is suffering that we came to earth to experience. Suffering leads to expansion. And humanity has experienced the exploration of the lowest frequencies of darkness in the material realm. This is just an experience of a ridiculously small band of frequency called visible light. The opposition of evil, the personification of the devil in mankind, is what we came to earth to experience. In this tumultuous life, we have lived in fear rather than in the inherent love that our souls truly are. In so doing, we have expanded our awareness, increased our love quotient. We are now wise old souls, compassionate and humane. We have learned what we came to earth to learn. We have completed the hero's journey. We are ready for ascension out of the entrapment of the darkness of third-dimensional narcissism into the communion and camaraderie, oneness and empathy of the fifth dimension of love. Dear ones, it is time to be happy. Words, images, and sounds manipulate energy. We have been listening to and behaving according to the words, images, and sounds of our controllers. We have been manipulated by advertising and propaganda that use these techniques to control us. Propaganda is information of a misleading nature used to promote a particular point of view and a particular behavior. In the lower frequencies of darkness that we have inhabited, the majority of humanity wished to be informed, wished to watch the news. They did not realize that the news informs them as the devil, the powers that be, wishes them to be informed. And so they are bedeviled, maneuvered, and manipulated by the words, images, and sounds of the journalists, who are the minions, the publicity arm of the control system. Now in this wonderful time of ascension, the revelation of the workings of the control system is at hand, and with the loving, high-frequency energies that are being poured on the earth, your suffering has woken you up. You have said to yourself, there has to be a better way. You are seeing through the hologram. You are seeing through the perception deception of schoolroom planet Earth. We are realizing now that we are more than our earthly appearance. We do not have a punishing God as we have been taught. We are great and grand souls who came to Earth to experience pain and suffering, darkness, and all the negative emotions that go with it. And we have learned what we came here to learn. Yes, indeed, nothing wrong ever happened. We are at the tipping point of higher consciousness. It is time to be happy, dear ones, dear friends, for we are moving back into our inherent, profound connection with Spirit. We are returning to the love that is our natural inheritance. And how we can accomplish this is by manipulating energy ourselves. That is, by taking back control of our words, images, and sounds, and by so doing, learning to love ourselves and our God again. Let us now be happy by setting aside the programming of the control system. Let us create our own happiness by watching inspiring images, saying inspiring words, listening to inspiring sounds, and so having inspiring thoughts. Let us create good feelings and reconnect with our spirit, reconnect with our moral compass. Let us not ask for material things, but for love and peace and happiness, for with them comes all that we need in this earthly sphere. Let us ask Spirit, Dear Spirit, please show me what I need to know today. Dear Spirit, I ask to be at the right place at the right time for magical synchronicity to happen to me all the time. I expect good things always, for I know everything is always working out for me. Above all, I ask for peace and joy, happiness and wisdom, discernment and acceptance, courage and inspiration, compassion and forgiveness for all. For nothing wrong ever happened in this schoolroom planet Earth material experience. I am grateful for my learning. I am grateful to be who I am today. I now ask for communion and camaraderie with my brethren, and the blissful feeling of the knowing, the flowing, the glowing of love, of spirit flowing freely through me. I ask for open connection and communication with Spirit. I ask to think the thoughts of God and leave all worldly worries and concerns behind. I am the love, I am the light, I am the truth. And that truth of the revelation of the deception perception I have lived through has set me free. For I now know the purpose of my human life is to grow my soul, to expand my consciousness, and thereby also the consciousness of all that is. I know who I am, the divine in manifestation, in a body, a biological computer, whose behavior can be programmed, and I now choose to program it myself. I choose to program it with love. I now know what I am. I am a creator. I create as the divine creates, through thoughts, words, images, sounds, manifesting my perceived reality. I now know how I serve by the amount of light and love I radiate into this world. I am deeply grateful and happy as I ascend into the fifth dimension of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, for the best is yet to come. Indeed, the best is yet to come. That was Aita, channeling her higher self. We are blessed beings, indeed.